Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the flight deck. We're here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. We're leaving Canada as we continue our world tour. We're heading over to Greenland, up to Narsarsuaq. This is going to be an interesting flight. It's the first time on the series we're going to have Oceanic, and it's the first time I'm ever going to deal with Oceanic, so it could get interesting. Flying along today is Kevin. He's behind me in his A310, and we'll jump on board and start getting the aircraft ready to go. There's Kevin over there. As you can see, a bit of a haze, bit of an overcast day here in St. John's today, but we should be all right. All right, so cockpit preparation is complete. Parking brake is set. Gear lever is down, flaps lever is up. We are good there. You can come up top, ground power is connected, so external power is now on, and the batteries are on. And we can start getting the passengers loaded.
Boarding requested.
Alright, so while that's going on, we'll come up top. We'll go Adirs 1, 2, and 3. Evac sign to Captain and Purser. Hey, Lemon Wolf, how you doing? Flew with Kevin today from Incheon and Narita in the 787. Shared cockpit or just 2 aircraft? That's pretty cool. How'd the flight go? So evac is on, and we'll get the signs on in the back. We'll do our lights as well. We'll go nav system 1, and I'm going to turn up the panel lights. We'll drop down, turn up the panel lights there as well, making sure everything is all nice and bright. There we go.
Do you want to board crew?
No, crew's already on board.
Passengers boarding starting.
Alright, so crew supply oxygen is now on. Generators 1 and 2 are in fault. Cabin heat, we'll crank it down by a notch. Packs 1 and 2 are on and in fault. And we can do our tests here. There's APU, engine 1, engine 2. Emergency exits are now armed. Icing indicators and standby compass lights are on. Heats are set to, or the cargo heat is set to low. Alright, so while everything is getting loaded in, yeah, we got a Japan series coming up actually. Once one of these ones we're currently doing ends, come on, in you get. There we go. We'll be flying there probably the later part of the summer. Alright, let's bring our flight plan in. We'll adjust our takeoff time to 015. Update that. That is good. Ground services. Everything is looking good. Mass and balance. We're going to come over here. We're going to do an instant load, and then we're going to resend the sheet. We'll come back over here, make sure the jetway is put back. There we go. And that can continue. So now we can do our complete setup here. We'll bring up our messages. There's our load sheet. We'll accept that, and then we'll grab the one I forced, and that's what we'll use. Okay, so into the FMC we go. Clear the messages. We're looking good. Navdat is good for 2 more days. And we can go into our initialization. So I'm going to manually put in the route since there's only a couple of waypoints. I'm going to drop the last one off as well. So we are going from CYYT to BGBW in Greenland. Cost index of 25, and our cruise altitude today is going to be 370. We'll grab our winds. Hello, Kevin. Kevin is my advisor for Oceanic today, so if anything goes wrong, we will blame him. Block fuel for today's flight is going to be 9.5 tons of fuel. The zero fuel weight, we are estimating, actually we won't estimate it, we'll come over and we'll actually grab the numbers. Zero fuel weight is 53.6, and our zero fuel weight center of gravity 28.8. There we go. So that information is in. Reserve fuel for today, according to the flight plan, is basically 1 ton. So that is all now entered in, and we are good there. So over to the flight plan.
How are you? I'm doing good.
So we will be traveling from CYYT. We're going to be departing off of runway. Just pull up my turrets here for runway 11, given that the wind is currently 100 at 7 knots. I'll put the METAR into the chat. You can see there we've got 2.5 miles of visibility in a mist, 300-foot overcast, and let's just get a translation on the rest of it. Winds varying from 2. All right, 230 at 7. Winds have kind of come around. No, sorry, that's the wrong one. Winds are 100 at 7. It's misty. There's the overcast. The visibility to the south and west is iffy because of warm seawater and the air mixing, and that's causing the mist. So we're going to be departing off of runway 11, and we're going to go off to CYYT 7, which is the standard fly out 5-mile straight line type of thing, and then turn. All right. So our next waypoint is going to be ELSIR. I'll insert that. From there, we're heading to an oceanic waypoint, and that's going to be 60 or 56 north, 50 west. Let's see how it wants the format. It'll be 56 point. Let's see, 5600.00, and 05000.00. Format error. So it didn't like that. So if I do the north 56, let's see. try the one I was using on the other thing. So 56 north.
I'm right next to her. Thank you.
And 50 for west. Ah, that took. All right. And then we're going to be top of descent. And down. So if we go to flight plan. So we are currently loaded. So our arrival, there's only one arrival into this place, and it is 06. Because there's mountains on the other end. So we're going to be doing the Arnav Zulu 06 from LGAG. Arnav Zulu 06, and it is giving us no star and no other information. But it did give me a couple points coming in. So after that, so if I type in, I'm going to see what this looks like on the planning when we get there. And then after LGAG, which is now entered twice. So after LGAG, it's going to be 4M Zulu. And then BWI 47. And after BWI 47, it's BWF 47. Take it. It did. After BWF47, it's going to be BW Mike 47. And then we're kind of on a, you're on your own visual to the end of it. Alright, so if we go back to the flight plan. Take off, we're going to head to Elsier. We're going to go to that waypoint. And we're going to come down to LGAG. We're going to take that LGAG out. We're going to clear that manual out. And so LGAG. BWI, BWF, BWM. And it's bringing us down. So if we come out to our plan mode now, our flight plan. Not sure why that's showing 20 instead of 40, but that's fine. We're going to take off. To Elser, at 56 north 50, And there's your L-gag and our curve around. So we're going to take out that disco. Alright, we should be heading 27 degrees. I don't know why we're going backwards there. 56, 50. Why are we going in that direction? We should be carrying on kind of up that way. Yeah, and then there's some weird... This is the problem I'm having with these Latin longs. They're not entering correctly. Not entering correctly at all. And then and see, this has us doing the, oh, that's, it's not even connecting in properly. All right, well, Kevin, you have disappeared. You've pushed back. I'm not comfortable with this and doing this on VATSim, so I am, for this one, sorry to say, I'm not getting a good routing in here. Hi, Dagmar. So unless you have some advice, I am not going to fly this on VATSim. I'm just going to disconnect because this is not making me comfortable the way this is routing. I don't know why I can't get proper. The only other thing I can try, let's go back over here. It's my routing. It's sending me in weird directions that don't match up what it should be, and that's all due to the Latin long stuff. I'm going to try something very quickly here. I'm going to come back to here, and I'm going to see if I can clear my route. Now, how do I clear this out? Let's go secondary flight plan. Invalid flight plan uplink. How do I clear this so I can re-import it? Anybody? Should be able to go into the MCDU menu, 8 cars. Okay, let's pop over here. Message flight initialization. AOC, okay, hang on, I'm lost in this menu. Don't know. You said do, hang on, 5650 north. Let me try that. So if I go to Isler and I go to here and I go 5650 north as next waypoint, insert, and I will delete that one, and I will delete that one, and I will delete that, and insert. Let's see what that gives me. So flight plan. I'm gonna go out. That's fine. That's manual, and I'm gonna turn to ooh, that's pointing in a better direction. So at some point we're going to turn up towards Isler. Oh, that's better. I don't know how we got to that again. That's going to take us into... Okay, that is better. All right. Hey, Okie. Good to see you again. All right, that is much better there. So we should be good there. Okay. So now I've got to do the oceanic stuff. So if we go to progress, and I want 5650 north, 5650 north, 500 miles. But if I go to my flight plan, it is saying I should be there at 154. So if I go to my flight plan stuff, estimated time 01:54. I've been checking it out how to import flight plans. I haven't actually flown them yet, Lemon Wolf. I was trying to do oceanic flight plans and to see the format to enter. And I think Kevin just gave me the format actually, which seems to work. So it's the like 5650, and so I'll have to keep that in mind as I play with it. But I'm just doing my oceanic clearance. Hang on, I gotta fix some corrections. Alright, so my clearance has been sent for my oceanic. Everyone is on board. Oh, Kevin, you're leaving without me? Oh, what a guy. So MCDU is set up. We're just going to go straight to flight level 370. Let's see. Barrow is 3019. That's set. Going to the standby 30. 19. Transponder set to 2000. PWS, GCS are on. I got to do my performance calculations now. Yeah, sure abandoned me. Okay, departure performance. We've got all our information in. So we're going off runway 11, load sheet, weather, and we'll get in our thing. So 138, 140, 141. So 138, 140, 141. And we want flaps 1 up 0.4 and 68 degrees. So flaps 1 up 0.4. That's good. And 68 degrees is in. So we are all good there. Routing is done. The rad nav is good. The performance issue, and that's all good. All right, up we go for the APU. APU is on. APU is starting. Throw the beacon lights on as well. Alright, so as mentioned, this is my first time doing Oceanic. I've sent in the request. So that is now in. I haven't gotten a response back yet. I do have almost have a position report thing ready to go for the 56 North, 50 West. Oh, you're heading out on holiday? Hi, that's great. Hey, how's your the job application thing going? What's the latest on that? All right, let's get the radio over to 122.8 so we can hear Kevin. There we go. St. John's Terminal, Skyways 5556, radio check.
5x5.
Thank you. All right, so
brother. And St. John's 50 feet is going to go heavy into runway 11 back check.
Masters up.
Runway 11 departure.
APU bleeds are now on. External power is disconnected. Takeoff data 138, 141 is set. FCU is set. Flight directors are on both sides, and radios are now set. So we can come over here, bring this up again. We can disconnect that. We can disconnect that. Pull the jetway. Head over to the flight. And prepare for push. And with the push, we're going to taxi out this way, so we're going to push back and go tail left, nose right.
Hello, Captain.
As we get ready to leave Canada. Alright, so we got our routing back. Company message, let's go down and clear that. That's, yeah, another load sheet, that's all fine. Of course, I'm rushing this, so it kind of screws it up a little bit.
Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, so we're taking off without ATC. We're going to be out over the water without ATC. We're going to hit our entry point without ATC. Although, like it says on the thing, if I don't hear from them, we'll have to call them once we're in the air. And then we'll just call them when we hit the area, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, excellent. That's good news, Okie. Did they give you a time frame for that?
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
All right, so the beacons are already on. Fuel pumps will now come on. Ignition mode selector. Cue engine start. Starting engine number 2. Oh, that's not that far away. That's good. So you'll get a yes or no by the end of July. Excellent. There's engine 2 spooling up. Looking good. And there's 450 degrees.
Reset parking brakes.
There's engine 1 coming up.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Push me into the grass. What are you doing? I need to fire these ground crew. Engine 2 spooling up. Haven't heard Kevin leave yet, so he's still out there backtracking.
St. John's St. Peters, go heavy is rolling, remaining 11 on the St. John's 7 departure.
There he goes. So we'll be clear to head right out backtrack, and that'll give us enough spacing between us as well. So it looks like it's going to be a good engine start, no overheat or anything.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Alright, wait for the available. There she goes. Engines available. So generators 1 and 2 are on, no faults. Ignition mode selector is now normal. Probe heat is on. Automatic, NTA's not required, packs 1 and 2 are on, no faults. Flaps, we'll go flaps 1 plus F, and we want 4 on the trim, so we're going to come down here, flight controls, there's 2, 3, 0.4 on the trim, flight control check, left, right, neutral, forward, back, neutral, left rudder.
St. John's St. Peters,
Right rudder.
1400 on St. John's 7 departure, proceeding direct to
APU bleeds are off, FCP is set, engine instruments are checked and good. Tiller is on. Auto brakes are now set to max. Ground spoilers are armed. Taxi light on, and TO config checked, no blue. And there they go. We are all set to taxi. St. John's area traffic, Skyways 5556, taxiing to runway 11 via the apron, backtracking runway 34, backtracking runway 11, and turning around and positioning runway 11 St. John's. All right, brakes are off. I don't know why they decided in the woods would be a good, in the trees would be a good idea. St. John's Airport, it's the sim add-on scenery. Reasonably priced, and it gives it a little bit of character. Alright, so as we come up to the runway, we're going to turn on all of the lights. Make sure everything is up and going. Weather radar, come on, transponder, and TCAS on as well. There's no other traffic in the area, so we're pretty good at taxiing out without getting in anyone's way. So they're out mowing the lawn here. No, it's not. It's Greenland. It's one of the. I think it's the southern city, on the southern point of Greenland. No, near the southern point anyway. It's one of those little places up the end of a fjord, which makes the approach rather interesting. I'm doing an RNAV. Kevin's doing an NDB approach, so should be interesting. Anyway, we're going to head down here to runway 11. And then we'll backtrack down there as well. It's funny, our other series, the Around the Atlantic series running on Saturdays, we're in Greenland as well right now. We're up in further up the west side of the island at another airport there. A little bit of a hill we just climbed up there. Runway 11. Technically we're in Gander domestic airspace, but they are not online. No, okay, we started in Newcastle. And that's where we'll end up in a few more legs. Newcastle, England. Forgot to start packs because I'm too concerned with everything else going on. So I'm just going to close it since I can't run it now since the engines are up and going. Alright, here's the turnaround spot coming up. Nice wide area for it. nice turn here. Call it a little tighter. Not that big. There we go. Alright, clock is running. Engines to 40%. St. John's area traffic, Skyways 5556 rolling runway 11 on the St. John's 7 departure. Brakes released. Takeoff power set, man flex 68 degrees, SRS runway enabled, auto throttle blue. Airspeed's alive. Knots. V1 rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Speed brakes disarmed. Climbing out into the murk. There we go, just coming up above that mist layer we had. Thrust climb set. Autopilot on, start accelerating, and we'll pop down here and we are going direct to Ulster. Alright, we're not bad, we're 3 minutes early on our departure. And we're through at speed, so flaps up. Above the clouds, we'll turn off the turn-off lights, the wing lights, nose lights come off. And we are on our way. Given the complexity of the oceanic stuff and the fact that it's my first time, we're not going to be doing any in-flight entertainment. That's just around 2 hours. Okay, I will put some music on just to fill the space, but this is kind of unfamiliar territory for me, so. So I have to cross Ulster. I got a message back. I got my clearance. I have to cross Ulster after 20-30 hours. So if we come down here and I go to my progress page, I said Elsort, Elsier. Alright, I'm 106 miles. So if I look at my flight plan currently, I'm going to cross Elsier at 2038. I got a new cable for my thing coming. My yoke. This is turning into a bit of a pain. Why have I got that view for there? See, I can move the thing, but the button... No, there's the buttons back. Okay. So I'm going to be crossing at the right time. Okay. So if I report Elser, I don't have to report at Elser. So if I report at 5650N, and let's say I'm going to be there at 2122, and my next fix is yeah, well, they said not before 2030. I'm gonna cross at, well, I guess 2030. I'm gonna have to wait until I get up to cruise to see what levels I would at. Yeah, we'll see. I've got one ready for reporting at 5650. I'm just looking at the stuff, but we'll have to play it by year 2030 at the moment. We'll see where I end up. I might have to adjust my speed so that I cross it at the right time. Alright, so we're through there. We'll go over to standard. I can turn off the lights now. I was busy playing with the oceanic stuff. Seatbelt signs can come off. Guys, drink cart and everything is open in the back. Let's go over here and let's go with a little bit of blues today. There we go. Check on that music volume level. Alright, let me know if that gets too loud and overwhelms things. I can't hear it on the regular stream, so I can only hear it if I go listen to the actual stream coming over YouTube. So we've got one waypoint, and then we'll be requesting our descent from as we head in or inbound. There's not a lot of waypoints. So after 2030, so I'm gonna want like 2031 or something. Thanks, Kevin. All right, so that's kind of it at the moment. Like I said, we got 800 miles to go, and we're basically heading out over the big stretch of water that stretches between eastern Canada and Greenland. There's the aircraft. And it's a nice day to go flying. Weather doesn't look too bad. Tomorrow we are back on the Canadian tour. We are leaving Victoria out in British Columbia, although we're staying in British Columbia. We're heading up to Prince George. Prince George is up in the mountains, so it should be an interesting flight there. So it looks like our top of climb is going to be after Elser now as we climb upwards. Yeah, it's a shorter flight, but it should be kind of scenic. All right, 47 miles to Elser. .61 miles to our cruise level. So how does it work on the cost index? The lower the number, the slower you go. Is that the way it works? So if I want to slow down slightly, if I was to go to like a cost index of 5, would that slow the aircraft down? Don't remember how those things work. I might just do it through select speed for a few minutes. So this week's streaming schedule, we are streaming obviously today on our Around the World tour. Tomorrow we're doing the Canada tour, as mentioned. We're flying Victoria to Prince George. Wednesday is a short flight in the DC-3. Yeah, I'm going to do it through the speed. The DC-3 will give me, on Wednesday, we're flying from just outside Dover, Delaware to Annapolis, Maryland, capital of Maryland there. It's a shorter flight. It's only about 56 miles. No stream on Thursday, and we are back Friday. We will be flying from Vancouver once again in the 737 up to Ketchikan in Alaska. After that, I'm gone for about 10 days. And when I come back, it'll be a Monday, and we'll be carrying on this series here, flying out of our destination here at Narsarsuaq. I think we're heading to Iceland. Alright, coming up for 31,000 feet. If we come down here, we can see we're still looking at 2030. So I'm going to... Oh yeah. Go to 0.7. Technically not a holiday since I'm retired. It's just me traveling. I think I'm going to go to... Let's go down to 0.6. Point 0.4. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a shift in the clock there. Is it possible that some ATC areas like Portland, although it says it's a 6-month to a year wait, it can take like a month or even 3 weeks only? David, it depends. If people drop out, if they decide they don't want to wait, then other people can get bumped up further up the line, then yes, it could happen sooner. But I'm assuming that they run it on a like a first come first serve listing, so it's just a matter of moving up the line. Alright, so while we wait for that speed adjustment to take effect, let's get the frequency for oceanic control here. And that is going to be 131900. Dial them in. One 131900. You heard I grew up in Halifax. Is that? I don't know where you heard that from, but that is not true. So we're almost there. We're still at 2030. That's pretty close. Anyway, there, we're crossing. Good enough. We'll go back to 0.78. David, I have no idea. I'm not on VATSim. I'm not a VATSim controller. I don't know how their system works. I don't know. And I don't want to guess because, again, it's not something I'm aware of, so. Alright, so we're 21.5 minutes out of our next waypoint. And we're coming level into the cruise now. So from what I understand, for the oceanic controllers, we'll have to contact them if they want position reports when we hit the next position. And then we give them our estimated time to our next waypoint, which is pretty much at the airport. But we're going to be descending before that, so I don't know if they're going to keep us on Oceanic as we descend down. Right, so we're accelerating back up to 0.78. And then we're coming level at 370. Looks like we might have a little bit of turbulence up here. And we're now in the cruise. All right. So Kevin's ahead. He should be getting contacted by ATC soon, or I guess we'll call him up soon, to reach the boundary of their airspace. Flying between me and Kevin, we've got a Lufthansa heading from Boston to Frankfurt. He's going to be crossing left to right as he heads out over the ocean. Yeah, for the sequence, you start at the lowest level, which is the ground controller, and then once you pass that, and you've been doing it for a while, you can move up the tower and then approach, and then I guess center after that. I don't think anybody could do center right off the bat. Did they give me a transponder code? Let me just check. Clearance 2013 said not clearance. Elser random route. Elser direct. That direct. NA from Elser. Maintain. .137 and Mach 0.78 and cross Elster after 2030 end of message. Okay. So no transponder information. Oh, there's the Lufthansa. I don't know if you can make him out. There he is, way off in the distance there. I've got an idea for a VFR series. Not necessarily long, but there'd be a couple stops per night that we flew. There it goes. So it is something that's sitting in the back of my head as a an option. There's another one I'm thinking about as well, which would take us around the world. I think it takes us around the world. Let me just take a look at it. Yeah, it takes us around the world, but you have to vary the aircraft that you use depending on where you're flying into. So some of the airports are quite small, and it's all challenging airports for your flight skills, for your approaches and landings. So it's another one I got stuff. We'll be flying for years to come. Don't worry about that. So many plans. In fact, we've got 3 series are going to be coming to an end soon. There's this one, Aurora, and then a little bit after that will be the Around the Atlantic series. And all 3 of those are going to be replaced with new series with different types of airplanes, none of them being jet airliners. So it gives us some different options for different types of aircraft and different parts of the world we're going to be flying into. Alright, so it looks like Kevin should be switched over to Oceanic. Kevin, how did your interaction with the controller go? Okay, Okie. Good luck with the packing. I know what that's like. I've gone on a few trips over the last month or so. Alright, just going to pop down to Roger's side. I just want to check some of the altitudes that we have set in here. So that speed restriction is no, but the altitude might be okay. I'm just going to zoom in and see what we're looking at height-wise. So a couple thousand feet. So 5,000 would be good. 4,000, 2,000. 1,400. Probably not 122 at that last one, but should at least be visual. Very long. Got to be at least 1,000 feet. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some visual manual flying as we come in through there as well. But there is another way they do it. You fly up the fjord and just cut it close to the edge and then make a turn in. It's going to be interesting. We'll take a look at it as we get closer. We'll take a look at it right now since I got a few minutes before I got to switch over on the radio. Alright, so we're going to be coming in this way, descending down. We're going to come over on the east side of the mountain here, and we're going to make a turn in, come across here. We're then going to fly down through over the lower hills here, working our way up, and then this should kind of put us on line to where we can do a visual approach in to the airport. Of course, we'll tune in the VOR as a reference. But it's going to be a visual landing here. And Kevin's doing a different NDB style approach. While we're here, we'll just tune that radio in. We can, don't worry about auto tuning. We got the other side for that. 11185. Don't need a course. We're just going to use that as a reference. Make sure that one is turned on. We have the other one on as well. Yeah, I'll be crossing in shortly. In fact, I'm going to switch over now.
Solar 46, running 370 Long Beach 46. Alright, thank you.
So we've got a... Alright, they are rather quiet, so I am going to...
Alright, just solved it.
Turn them up a little bit. So Kevin, are you gonna, I guess we'll have to request descent when we get to that point then, eh?
That's good. Fortune selling soul angel. That's it. I'm not an angel. She said. Could be. I don't think I'm gonna be impressed by any of you.
sure he's going to give us a transponder code as well.
I said I was a cloud collector. She said, that's good. A scintillating sky gold scribbler. She said, that's good.
Next VATSim update, it should put me close to the line, and I'll check in with him.
She said, that's good. I pressed the panic button, perfect.
On 4-5, leaving my airspace to the west. Standard domestic online. Monitor Unicom 122 then
Oh, 2,000 over the ocean? Okay. That's the lot leaving his airspace.
She said she wouldn't dream of it. But she did. Dream that is.
He is pretty quiet. I guess that's what you get for using, what is it? VHF radio? HF radio? I'm not sure which one it is.
Gander radio, block 45, receiving SoCal. On 4-5, Gander radio, Gander domestic offline, monitor domestic Unicom 122 display.
That's good.
Block 45, second. On 4-5, monitor Unicom 122 display. Opening Unicom 122 display, thanks for the oceanic ATC.
Beach ocean. We said,
Gander radio, November 242, Quebec Sierra.
La vida loca.
November 242, Quebec Sierra, Gander radio, pass your message.
We said,
November 242, Quebec Sierra, crossing 61 north, 040 west, at flight level 380, Mach decimal 80 at 2046 Zulu. We estimate 58 north, 050 west, at 2131 Zulu, next voice. Number 242, Quebec Sierra, roger.
Gander radio, Skyways 5556.
46, flight level 380, 58 north, 050 west, at 2131, and voice.
I accidentally stepped on him, I think.
Number 242, Quebec Sierra, are you SoCal equipped? November 242, Quebec Sierra, affirmative. November 242, Quebec Sierra, say SoCal code. November 242, Quebec Sierra, Kilo Lima Delta Romeo. November 242, Quebec Sierra, say again, SoCal code. Kilo Lima Delta Romeo. Roger, stand by for SoCal check.
Gander radio, Skyways 5556.
Skyways 5556, Gander radio, pass your message.
Skyways 5556, entering your airspace, flight level 370, Mach 0.78, currently 245 miles, inbound 56 north, 050 west.
Skyways CYYT 5556, roger, 245 miles from 56 north, 050 west, flight level 370, Mach decimal 78, standby, Delta check. CYYT 5556, are you still calling script?
I believe so. It's Charlie Golf Kilo Lima.
Number 242 Quebec Sierra, confirm telecom check, okay?
I should get something in V-Pilot.
242 Quebec Sierra, we haven't received anything.
And we'll see if it works. Again, first time doing this. Not sure if we're going to get a...
Quebec Sierra, confirm your code is Kilo Lima Delta Romeo. Affirm is Kilo Lima Delta Romeo, 242 Quebec Sierra.
Looks like he's having an issue as well.
Number 242 is here. That does not seem to be working for me. Then in that case, remain in this frequency. No position reports report. Or will remain this frequency 242 Quebec Sierra. CYYT 5556, confirm your telecom check, okay?
Roger, confirm our cell code is Charlie Golf Kilo Lima. That's what it says on the aircraft anyway. Let's see if it works.
CYYT 5556, roger, remain on this frequency. No position reports required.
Roger, remain on frequency, no position reports required for Skyways 5556. You might have to put CKIL and VPilot. Oh, is there a spot to put it in the flight plan? Don't see it there. Oh, oops. Settings. Where in the V-Pilot would it go in? I'm not seeing it. Or would you just put it in? No, as a remark it wouldn't take it. Huh. When you're connecting first, it's the furthest right. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, too late now. It's something to remember in the future. All right. So we are 44 minutes in. We are on time. Doesn't require position report, so we don't have to report at 5650 north. Everything is good. Next time, oh god, do a full oceanic crossing. So the site you gave me, is that only good for Atlantic crossings and that stuff around Iceland and stuff like that, or is that good for Pacific as well, or how does that work? Or is there a different site for the Pacific? to stay on listening watch as we cruise up towards Greenland. It seems to be covering the southern tip as well, although my charts show that's actually Greenland airspace. So we may get kicked out. I don't know. Just gonna go quickly grab a bit of water. I'll be right back.
Canada Radio, American 65. American 65, Canada Radio, pass your message. We passed baseline 53 north, 44 west at 055, flight level 380, decimal 83. 51 north, 50 west is next, estimated at 143 Zulu at Alvi is next. American 65, roger, no position reports are required. American 65.
No, Kevin, I mean the website for filing for oceanic. Is that only the Atlantic Ocean, or can you file like if we were flying to Hawaii type of thing? Does it work there as well for oceanic clearances? I don't know. There's our view out the front window. So got 530 miles to go. Wind's still out of the west, or 230 degrees, so we're basically flying with a tailwind, but not much option, as I mentioned, given the terrain. I've only ever seen controllers on in the Pacific once, I think. I think it was a flight we did from like Japan across the Aleutians. They were on further south, not up where we were. But that's interesting.
National traffic on frequency, Gander and Shamwick Radio are now closing on a Unicom 122.8.
Well, there we go. Well, back over to 122.8 as Gander and Shamwick are closing. Well, it was an interesting experience. And yeah, crossing the pond, Kevin, I'm not up for crossing the pond yet. I'd want to do a couple normal non-event transitions before I even try something like that. Yeah, I don't know about being tied to the computer for that long in August, as we've discussed. That might not be feasible. Maybe next year. Oh, I actually see a little bit of the curvature of the Earth out the front window there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, maybe we can do something in the spring. You're out of the country for the summer next year. Oh, why? That is going to be quite the time away. We're almost up to the halfway point. You gotta spend a semester in Germany. I thought you were studying Irish. or you're just doing languages in general? All right, let's see what the music's doing. There we go, turned it up slightly. Irish and German education. I have no idea what that would cover. Is it the ability to teach the language, or is it in how to educate and the differences between the two? I have no idea. I take it that's just another language that you're learning as well. I'm going to throw a little bit of in-flight up, just some cartoons that I've already got preloaded. We might have seen them already, I don't know, but I'll do that, and then I can go grab a quick bite to eat since ATC is offline and I don't have to worry about them. So we'll be back in a minute. I'll be in the chat in and out as I take care of a couple things. Enjoy!
son, that's a trick. It can come out now. It's only me, Cousin Hyman. It's our city, Cousin Hyman. Glad to see you, Hyman. Hiya, Hyman. Hyman! Hiya, fellas. Hey, guys. Where's Hyman, Zeke, and Louie? It's that new cat in the barn, Hyman. He's a killer. Oh, yeah? Well, just leave me your Cousin Hyman. He did it! Oh, boy, cheese! Ding-dong bell, pussy's in a well. Oh, put her in, little Hyman grin. Oh, pulled her out. Ding-dong bell, ding-dong bell. Ding-dong bell, pussy's in a well. And who put her in? Little Hyman, huh? Ding-dong bell, pussy's in a well. Oh, put her in, little Hyman grin. Oh, pulled her out. Ding dong bell, ding dong. Huh? It's you! Gesundheit! Oh, Cousin Hyman! Yeah, he was a nice guy!
coming up on about 120 miles from top of descent. Still cruising along pretty good at 37,000 feet. Did a quick check on the weather. Winds seem to be coming around a little bit, but they're forecast in the future to be out of the west, so I think that's just a little aberration. But everything is looking good. Kind of keeping an eye on things now. So I haven't heard about the Phoenix update. Hope it comes soon. Be nice to see what they bring with version 2.0. I know they're polishing up all the logic for all the nav and under the hood stuff in the systems. Apparently a new sound set as well. That will improve the sounds inside the aircraft, from the engines to ambient noises to, I guess, all the stuff clicking and switching as well. That'll be pretty cool. A few other aircraft we're going to be seeing on streams in the next little while as we start a new series. We're going back to the DC-6. That's going to be the first new series that starts. We'll be flying the cargo version this time, the DC-6A, I believe it is. And we'll be flying down to areas we've never been before, so that'll be interesting. Of course, we're going to posted a picture on the Discord of me doing some training flights in the ATR. We'll be breaking out the ATR, not going to say where yet, but it will be coming out soon. And then we've got some other aircraft lined up as well, which should be interesting. Just going to that's a odd angle there. A nice shot of it. It is loud out there though, I don't want to stay out there for too long. So we've only got a couple more legs in this series as we come to the end of our world tour. We started, I'd have to go back and look, but it's got to be coming up for almost a year ago. We started this series. Left Newcastle, started our way around the world. We've had Nick fly with us, Oki, Dark Fury, Scott's been on a couple legs, and can't forget Kevin, who's been with us the most as we've made our way around the world flying the short haul this time. So this is our second Trans World stream we've done. We did, of course, the DC-6 around the world, recreating the Pan Am world routes. So that went well a little while ago, and now we're doing it again in the short haul aircraft here. So we're seeing the world, definitely. And our next few streams that we're going to be doing are going to take us into new areas as well, so we get to we're not running over the same pieces of ground, as it were. You may see more of the Fly UK liveries. You may see something else. Depends on what we come up with. But as I mentioned, the DC-6, it's going to be in Caribou colors, my own channel livery. I will be flying that beast around the world, or at least on the route that we've got planned out. Not around the world again, but going somewhere new that we haven't really been all that much. So let's do a quick weather check here. We're getting close to our top of descent. We've got about 80 miles to go. I'll grab the current weather from 2050, so almost an hour ago. It's showing the winds swinging around, but as I said, the forecast shows them back the other way. But they're not that strong, so not a lot to worry about. We'll come down, we'll go over to the phase, and we'll get all our information in. So QNH is currently 1022. We're back over into the metric stuff, 21 degrees Celsius. And here we have winds 020 at 5. Transition level for today. I don't really have anything on charts. Given the mountains and everything, I'm going to say transition level of 13,000 feet. Okay, we'll go 130 then. We're going to be that way. And minimums, run an RNAV. Don't actually have charts for this, as we're kind of doing it as a visual approach off the final point. But we'll set our minimums at, say, we'll give ourselves a 500-foot window. So airport elevation's 112, so we'll say 612 on the barrel. 9,000, thank you, Kevin. We'll put in flight level 090. And we're all pretty much set up in there. It's going to be flaps full. The airport length is 6,000 feet, so we're going to be doing a auto brake medium, flaps full, and we'll go from there. There's not a lot of parking spots around the terminal. It's going to be a little bit crowded. There's only 2 of us, so it shouldn't be too bad. There we go, 72 miles to our top of descent. We don't have a lot of waypoints on this route. We're basically headed out of St. John's and then slight turn and headed into Greenland here. I am going to come down and do a couple of things. I mean, I don't even have an MSA for the area, but I'm going to put a line off of the runway, and I'm going to put the ring in of the flight plan. First point, fix info. It's going to be BGBW. Alright, we're going to put in a 25 on a radius. And on the .241 radial, we're going to show that. So there you can see our 25-mile ring, and then there's our center line basically off of the runway, more or less. I'm going to see if I can get that more accurate. We go back into our flight plan, first point, fix info, go to fix 2. Yeah, BGBW 24 241. That gives me a more accurate off of the actual runway rather than the center of the airport. Yeah, that looks like it's more accurate. Alright. That gives us a little bit of information. We also have the VOR that's nearby dialed in as well, so we should pick that up. For threats, we've got hills all around. As I said, we're coming in off of the ocean. We're going to fly over some islands, and we're going to be landing facing into some pretty steep 10 to 11,500 foot mountains. So this approach is basically going to be full power, carry on roughly runway heading up through the valley that heads further inland and climb out. And as soon as we can clear some of these hills, which are over 4,000 feet, we can then turn back towards the sea. We will have the terrain radar on as we come in, and I think we're starting to see Greenland ahead. Yeah, there she is. Alright, so we're going to be slowed right down as we come through these turns at 185, and all that. If we check again our altitudes as we come in, kind of set. So we're going to clear ourselves down to, let's say, 1,500 feet, and we'll really watch it. And we should be able to take over at this point, line ourselves up, and get her down manually. There we go. 40 miles to go. I've got the NQ VOR dialed in. 11185, and that is set. No course, we're just using it as a reference. Oh yeah, is it bright down there? Should be kind of snow covered as well, so see what happens. So we're expecting to land, and it will be a left-hand turn off at A or B, not sure which one we'll get to. Love the warnings here. Minor icebergs may occur in fjord close to runway. See what else we got here. We do have pappies and everything on runway 26. And they're only good within 2 miles. Night flight is not authorized. Go around to the iceberg. Yeah, it's funny some of the little comments you see like that, but I guess they do come down. So 20 miles from top of descent. See the train coming in. There's the visor. Well, we're landing away from the sun, so it kind of darkens things up rather excessively. Although if it's white on white on white, we'll see. Definitely if we were landing westward, might need it. Guess I should get that visor up. Oh, won't let me bring up the pad with that up. Interesting. Come on. I didn't turn it off, I just moved it out of the way. Thank you. Definitely got some of the higher mountains there. So we're kind of heading right into where we're going, and then we'll be flying into one of the fjords here where the runway is. Alright, let's head down. Down. I don't want to go open descent. I want to descend. Thank you. Altazar, there's that first restriction of 5,500. Narsarsuaq traffic, Skyways 5556, leaving flight level 370 inbound for the RNAV Zulu runway 06 at Narsarsuaq. Winds aren't too bad as across as we descend down. We're gonna let the speed build. I gotta give make sure Kevin. Looks like Kevin's already there. Wasn't really paying attention to how close he'd gotten. Looks like he's doing some type of circle. Circle the land. Oh, there's the tracker. What do you want? It's 12040. 12040. There we go. We should have that on guard actually of 1215. Guard is the channel that the ELT's emergency locator transmitter will go off on, and it's also if they scrambled air fighters to intercept, that's the channel they would try to get a hold of you on. There we go, put it on radio B. I don't need the caution. Side stick, calibrate that. That is a royal pain. Go away. Alright, so we're going to peg our speed at 270. It's through 30,000 feet. This is going to be kind of interesting with the seatbelts on now. So we got about 63 miles to our next point. Speed is starting to creep. Give it a little bit of speed brake. Looks like Kevin's got himself turned around and is going in on his final approach. We'll throw on the terrain radar now. Bring ourselves into 40 miles. You can see we're going to cross over the direct line of the runway and then make our approach inwards, kind of doing a curving approach. 26,000 feet. Narsarsuaq area traffic, Skyways 5556, sending to flight level 240, 62 miles out, inbound RNAV, runway 06. Yeah, I know the speed brake isn't out. Go away. Because if I put the speed brake in, my speed starts to go up, and I do not want that. The question is, yeah, it's a hard 5500. And there's the snow. That makes a difference. I'd rather do without, actually. Got my shades on. Looking at the terrain, I think the airport is over this way. We're heading here. I think actually it might be. Yeah, that might be it there. Not 100% sure though. We'll see better when we get down lower. We're coming down through 18,000 feet, so I'm going to start slowing up. We're down to 250. Slow early. Looks like Kevin's down. Hopefully all in one piece and not scattered all over the runway. Wasn't hearing any radio calls, so I am assuming I was out of range. Yeah, that could be the airport there, not 100%. Bringing that speed down. Got 11,000 feet to go. Taxiing to stand via taxiway. Yeah, there's only one really. Actually, I think the airport's up over here. Soon see. There we go. VOR is coming in now, 40 miles away. Thank you. So our clean speed is 203, yeah, 183 is our slat speed. We're going to go 183 before we make that turn. Awful lot of weight out there. If I had the sun glaring off it, maybe. Yeah, it looks like that's our point. We're going to come over here, and then the airport is over here somewhere, I think. Stop guessing and just fly the damn airplane. Coming up for 11,000, 20 miles. Cranking the speed back, bring it up to 220. Let her draw down. Yeah, I probably won't be watching it. I do have scenery. I think it's old scenery. It's not very good. Alright, so we're coming up for 10,000 feet, so we're going to go into approach phase. We will confirm. We're going all the lights today. Ding the back. Deviation marker is in. Just going to go right into manage speed. I'll bring us down to 203. Rest of the descent. Alright, so we're going to go flaps 1F. get that speed right down to that 183. Yeah, what was the pressure here? 1022. There we go. 1022. We're descending down. It flaps 1. Be a left and a bunch of or right and a couple of lefts to get ourselves lined up. So once we make this turn, we're going to go to gear down. I'm sure Kevin's down there eyeballing me, see how I do. Once we have the runway, we'll take it manual. Yeah, okay. Shush you. Oh, probably do that now. Engines to idle. An eye on that terrain. Still a bleak wilderness in the middle of July. All right, coming up for the turn. There's 6,600 feet. And we're now in approach mode, final approach. Let's see what happens. Don't know why that kicked off. But everything's gone to hell, so manual we go. Alright, gear down. Climbing. Start our descent. Follow the path. And flaps 2. Make sure I'm diving too much at the end. Let's keep the nose down a little bit. come over this landmass here on the left. Low. Flaps full, gear down 3 green, lights are on, cabin notified. Don't know why we got that autopilot disconnect there, but it's fine. We'll be climbing. Head in this direction. I think I see the airport. Yeah, airport's in sight. Oh. Ground spoilers are armed. Yeah, they look right, but I got those hills in front of me. That's what I'm worried about. I think we cut between the hills here.
$1,000.
I'm only 1,000 feet above the ground here. I don't want to get too low yet. Definitely would not want to be doing this bad weather. Although I don't think you can, because it's not a complete VNAV. It just gets to a point and then it's like you're on your own from here. But I do have the runway in sight. I have the terrain covered. We're going to go shoot the gap. And then head for the runway. A lot of snow and rocks down there. There's that ridge. Once I get over the ridge, get a better sense. Here's 1,500 feet.
500.
Not really, are we?
Private 5556, impromptu Narsarsuaq Tower. Winds approximately 020 at 7, runway 06, clear to land.
Roger, clear to land 06, skyway is 5556. 500 feet above the rocks. This is a very interesting approach here for the end of the series.
500.
Although we're not quite at the end. We're getting there. Alright, so there's our release. Aim for the runway. Alright. Kevin was saying he had all white, so I got 3 reds and a white. I think we got auto throttle.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
500.
One's not bad. slight right hand. 2 and 2. 2 and 2.
100.
100 feet. Slight rise.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Little hop and a float. Nose is down, reverser's up. Full reverse, manual brakes. There's 60 knots, reverser's off.
Okay, this is 756, welcome to Narsarsuaq twice. Taxi to Saturday, thanks, man.
Okay, now they're... Did I pass both? Yeah, I passed both, okay. So we'll backtrack, turn around, backtrack, and come in. Narsarsuaq traffic, Skyways 5556, backtracking 06 to the taxiway, then taxiing to the apron. Alright. In here. Add some power. Get this baby swung around. What do you mean, aren't I lucky that I had pappies? I wasn't even using them really. That was all visual referencing off the runway and environs. Alright, let's get this thing turned around. Alright, let's get the terrain weather radar off. We can turn off the weather radar, transponder, and TCAS. The APU up and going. Oh, that stupid white dot thing again. There we go. Flaps up, speed brakes up. And let's get the landing lights off, turn off lights off, strobes off. Let's get on taxi. Kevin's definitely a bigger airplane than I am. So we're just going to tuck her in here. And there we go. I'll get the parking brakes on. Do I have ground? No. So we're going to come over here. With ground services, we'll get them to chalk it and pull out a portable. That's done. We can go to external power. I'll bring on the bleeds for some heat in the back. Since it is still kind of snow covered here. Engines will come off. Ground equipment is coming in. We'll wait for 10% on the N1s. There we go. There's 10%, so the beacon can come off with the wing lights and taxi lights off as well. Nav lights will stay on. Fuel pumps can come off. And flight directors will go off as well. Thank you. Again, not sure why we had a change in the autopilot kickoff there, but that's fine. Alright, so we're going to dismiss that. You can bring the stairs up. There we go. Stairs are in. Doors open. front and rear. And, oh, what the hell's happened to my airplane? Wasn't like that when I left. Interesting. Doing it on that view too. I'll have to check for an updated livery. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you, Kevin, for flying along. Thanks for watching. And we'll be back tomorrow with our Tuesday tour as we continue along in Canada. Talk to you all later. Take care. Bye for now.